I don't remember how this desired reality of mine came about. I was just watching The Last of Us with my dad before I fell asleep. Because I love TXT, around that time, I also wanted to shift to my desired reality where I am with TXT. I have been a MOA ever since 2020, I think. If you don't know, MOA is TXT's fan club name. And if you also don't know, TXT, or Tomorrow by Together, is a K-pop boy group. They have 5 members. I am so sorry if I don't pronounce their names correctly. Their names are Choi Soo-bin, Choi Yeon-jun, Choi Beomgyu, Kang Taehyun, and Hunin Kai. Choi Beomgyu is my significant other in my desired reality. This reality isn't set in the world of The Last of Us. My subconscious mind, it combined both things. It combined an apocalyptic reality and TXT. These memories from this reality mean a lot to me. I should just tell the story. Before I do, one more thing. In this reality, when people get infected, they go berserk and they look like zombies, but they can turn back to normal. They look human. They look like they never got infected. They don't show any signs of symptoms. I wanted to mention that just in case anyone gets confused later on. Me and a pretty big group of people, including everyone in TXT, were living in this one big abandoned building. Not everyone in this group are close. Me and TXT were close with each other. That is true, but at the same time, we all did our own thing. That was the reason why we were in this room together. When I shifted to my desired reality, I opened my eyes there. Me and TXT were all in a circle together. Some of us were sitting down, some of us were standing up, and we were just checking in with each other, seeing if we were all okay and if things were good, because we weren't able to see each other all the time. We had this kind of gathering from time to time just to do that. After some time, everyone left the room except for me and Beomgyu. I was about to leave, but then Beomgyu closed the door and then I just stood there watching him close the door. I felt kind of down and I wanted to process those emotions. I couldn't really do that if Beomgyu was around. So I kind of wanted to leave the room. I kind of wanted to be by myself. As I stood there, he just kept saying, "Come here." He's like, "Come here, come here." He kept saying that as he went on the bed. Beomgyu was being pretty persistent, so I was like, okay, you know what, fine. I'll just go. I lied down on the bed with him. I was resting my head on top of his chest, and he was like pulling my arm towards him more so that it was resting around him. And then he started playing with my hand. But anyways, I think he knew that I was feeling down and he wanted me to talk about it. He pretty much just wanted to listen to me and be there for me. There were a lot of things on my mind, but I started to remember that no one knew that we were in a relationship together. Not even my members. In the back of my mind, I was worried about someone catching us. I didn't tell him about shifting, but I did talk about how I was feeling. He listened and he tried to reassure me that everything was going to be okay. After that, me and Beomgyu decided to go downstairs. Everyone was gathering for a meeting because from time to time there was a group meeting. Downstairs is a huge living room, or there's a huge room. Everyone would gather in that one room, and the people who are in charge, or the leaders, they would be in the middle of the room. They would be talking about things that are important and what everyone needs to know. After I left the room, I bumped into Yeonjun and he broke something. I don't even know. I saw him to my right side and I saw a lady being upset at Yeonjun for breaking something. In the hallway, I just walked away. I was like, that's none of my business. Me and Beomgyu, we were going to an area that wasn't too crowded and where we could still see. I'm going to skip some parts, because some things were just things that I did daily, and I don't think they're that interesting to talk about. So that was one day. That was, well, like a few hours after I shifted there. And now this is a new day. In the afternoon, Beomgyu wanted to talk to me about something. Since Beomgyu wanted to talk to me alone, where there was no one around, he led me to the rooftop of the building. While me and Beomgyu were walking up the stairs, Beomgyu stopped walking. And because he stopped walking, I stopped walking. It was strange to me because we didn't reach the top of the rooftop yet. I thought that's where we were going. But yeah, all of a sudden, Beomgyu stopped walking and he turned around to face me while we were on one of the steps of the stairs, and he took my hands in his and he held both of my hands together. He looked at my hands while he was talking to me. He was talking in such a gentle way. Beomgyu said a lot of things to me, so I'm just going to sum up what he said. He pretty much told me that he was infected. When he told me that, I didn't react in a negative way. I cared for him so much that it made me feel so, like, I don't know, I felt like it was unfair. Why Beomgyu? Why him? He wanted to keep his distance from me because he didn't want this to affect me, and he didn't want me to get infected. While he was talking, I had mixed emotions. I was like, no, how can I stay away from you? I can't. And I was really adamant about that. Even though he was infected, I wanted to help him in any way that I can. I was being so emotional that I just went up to him and hugged him. He pushed me away and he kept saying that he wanted me to stay put. Of course I didn't listen to him. But because of that, Beomgyu ran. Beomgyu ran upstairs. I kind of froze because I was surprised that he did that. But right after that, I ran upstairs and I yelled out his name. The moment I saw him jump over the railing, I ran towards his direction. While I was holding onto the railing, I looked down below me and tried to search for him. I couldn't really see him at first, but after a minute or so, I saw him at the very bottom. Like, he wasn't in the building anymore. He was outside of the building and he was near the grass. There's the cement and then there's the grass next to the cement that leads to the building. And yeah, he was in the grassy area and I saw him turn. This is just something that we would say when someone is infected and they're going to go berserk. While that was happening, I wasn't scared of him. I wasn't scared of what he was starting to look like and how different he was. I ran down the stairs and I ran out of the building to go towards Beomgyu. I slowly walked towards him. I was careful because I didn't know what would happen. I didn't want anything bad happening because of my actions. I started to talk to him and I started to say his name. He saw me and he knew that I was there. He didn't do anything. From where I was standing, it looked like Beomgyu was hunching his back and going like this. This situation kind of reminds me of this scene in this drama. I'll put the clip up here, but I'll put a timestamp to where you can skip to, just in case you don't want any spoilers.
나왔어. 난 네가 어떻든 다 괜찮아.
After some time passed, he turned back to normal, quote unquote normal. Going to fast forward a little bit again. We just went home. Me and Beomgyu are together downstairs where there's another meeting going on. In the middle of the meeting, Beomgyu announced that we were together as a couple. He wanted everyone to know, and he didn't even tell me about it. He was like,
I have an announcement to make.
when he yelled that out, once everyone's eyes were on him, he announced that we were together. I was standing there like, I looked at him and then I looked at everyone else to see the reaction. Everyone knew us as idols. Some of them were shocked, but some people didn't care. Some of them were sitting with their drink like, Beomgyu, he looks so happy. He was like bragging about me and he was bragging about us, and I was just like, why is he doing this? He didn't want to do this before, but all of a sudden he was doing this now. I was trying to tell him to stop, but at the same time I was like shy about it because he just kept going on and on. He was saying something like,
you can't take her, she loves me, she feels this way about me.
I swear he wasn't drunk. Beomgyu is standing on my right side, and then all of a sudden he slides in one stride towards me and he hugs me from behind. Beomgyu was all like,
why? You feel safe around me, right?
and then right after that he kisses my cheek. I didn't respond to him. I just closed my eyes. He knew that that was true and I didn't need to say anything. When he saw me close my eyes after he kissed me, he laughed at me. There were more things that happened, but I think this is a good place to stop. I was mostly with Beomgyu, but hopefully this story was still interesting. I gotta say, Beomgyu as a significant other, he is so sweet. His love language is definitely physical touch. Whenever I was around him, he had to be touching me. Like how my love and deep space desired reality was healing for me, this desired reality of mine was also healing for me. I have always known that shifting's real, but after shifting to this reality, it really hit me how real shifting is. Like how it could change you as a person. I'm going to talk about my personal life just a little bit. In the past, I felt betrayed because my ex-boyfriend cheated on me with my best friend. Well, in the past, I had two best friends, but my ex cheated on me with one of my best friends. In the past, I used to wear my heart on my sleeve, and after that happened, it was difficult for me to trust people. I started to become closed off when it came to people, and it was just really hard for me to see things in a good light. It became even difficult for me to trust in the universe and myself. Having memories with these people that give me so much joy and comfort, it made me realize that I am actually lovable, that I can be loved for who I am. I'm referring to Silas when he took me out for my birthday and he showed me this really nice place. I was quiet and I was just looking around at my surroundings, and he didn't mind that. In the past, people would mind that. They would be like, why are you so quiet? But that's just how I am, and sometimes I'm just quiet. Sometimes I just can't help but be quiet because I just want to be grateful for things in the moment, like nature. Like I love nature and I love looking at nature. When I'm in it, I appreciate it. And sometimes I just want to like stare at it and be like, I appreciate this scenery. People didn't accept me for who I was as a person, and these qualities of me that I had, people thought they were strange or weird, and they didn't understand why I was like that. I also realized I never really understood what unconditional love was. I guess it's because in the past I didn't have any experiences that made me feel that. After I shifted to this reality and I was with Beomgyu, I started to understand what that meant. I would always think about the memories that I had in the past before I shifted to these realities. Those memories made me sad, and it gave me a lot of pain and hurt. Well, now I don't have to feel that way every single time I think about love. When I think about that now, I think about the memories that I had with these people like Silas and Beomgyu and TXT and Iju, or EJ, I don't really know how to say his name, sorry, and Nicholas and Antim And it's like, well, I have memories with them the most, and the memories that I had with them have really changed me. So I'm really grateful for those people. If it wasn't for these experiences, and if it wasn't for them and these memories, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be the person that I am right now. My heart is filled with so much gratitude and honestly so much love from them that it's just like, wow. It's like, how is this possible? But at the same time, I'm like, wow, I'm so grateful. 5 years ago, I was so different and I thought so differently. So shifting is definitely real. I cannot say this enough. I am grateful that I discovered shifting and that I am shifting and that I am in this wonderful community. I'm just so grateful, even though there were a lot of ups and downs, and honestly there were times I wanted to give up, and there were times when it felt like things weren't happening and that things were impossible, but I'm still grateful. If you watched up until this point, thank you. Thanks for watching as always. That's it.